News coming it straight from the Supreme Court. It has State Privileges Committee's proceedings against West Bengal Chief Secretary, senior officials. In fact, the Apex Court has further issued a notice to the Lok Sabha Secretariat, and notice has also been issued to Sukanto Majumdar, is what we are learning. We have CNN News 18's legal correspondent Ananya Bhatnagar joining us back on the broadcast to bring us all the updates with regards to the reports coming in straight from the Apex Court. Ananya, a very good morning to you. Please walk us through all the updates that you have with regards to this particular news break.
Well, definitely, Sakshi, CNN News 18 in fact was the first channel to break it down for its viewer that, the West Bengal government is knocking the doors of the topmost court of the country, and finally they have been able to secure a relief. Remember that the Chief Secretary, the DGP, in fact the additional SP as well, had knocked the doors of the Supreme Court against the Privilege Committee's notices. Remember, they had to appear before, in fact, the committee on at 9:30 a.m. today in the morning. However, they made this move to knock the doors of the topmost court of the country, secured a relief, and now the Supreme Court has stayed these proceedings before the Privileges Committee. In fact, Senior Advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi and Mr. Kapil Sibal appeared for the West Bengal officials, whether we talk of the DGP, whether we talk of in fact the Chief Secretary of West Bengal, all of them have secured a relief in this particular case. The notice has been issued to the Lok Sabha Secretariat, to the Privileges Committee as well, and also to Mr. Sukanto Majumdar. They will be filing their responses in 4 weeks from now, and a stay has been granted on those proceedings. So interim relief has now come in for the way of these West Bengal senior officials, and very clearly and categorically, Sakshi, the clear-cut argument of the West Bengal government and these officers were that this is ex facie wrong complaint. This is a complaint that is illegal in nature, arbitrary, and in fact it was Sukanto Majumdar himself who had tried to hurt himself, and he got hurt because of his own mistakes. Not only this, he was pushed by his own party workers, and that's why he got hurt, is what Mr. Sibal and Mr. Singhvi has argued. Not only this, they also argued that if at all the conduct of the parliamentarian who had complained to the Privileges Committee is not itself correct, then how can there be a breach of privileges? What both of these argued, and have been able to now secure an interim relief, a first relief in this particular case. However, the final decision is yet to come. 4 weeks from now, all these responses would be coming in, and we'll have to wait and watch as to what would Sukanto Majumdar say in his response, and what would the Lok Sabha Secretariat and the Privileges Committee will have to say. Sakshi.
Right, Ananya, as you mentioned that 4 weeks time has been granted to file the response. Just for the better perspective of our viewers, could you shed some light on the kind of notice that has been given to Sukanto Majumdar, and what can be expected after 4 weeks?
Well, this is a notice that has been issued by the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court has sought response over this petition that has been filed by the West Bengal government's official, and they will, Sukanto Majumdar, the Privileges Committee, the Lok Sabha Secretariat, and the other respondents in this case would be filing their response with regards to their stand on this particular issue, what had happened, what not had happened, whether or not these notices were correct in nature or not, and what the averments have been made by, in fact, the West Bengal officials, including the Chief Secretary, that this is an arbitrary proceeding, this is something that was unlawful. They would be responding to all of these allegations, and we'll have to wait and watch as to what they have to say when it comes to this particular challenge to the Privileges Committee's notices. So we'll have to wait and watch for that, but definitely Sandeshkhali is a place that is becoming a battleground for politics, that had already begun about battleground for politics. Not only this, we will in a short while from now also see another bench at the Supreme Court dealing with various petitions, with a petition with regards to various demands, including that a CBI inquiry should be done in the Sandeshkhali sexual assault and violence cases, and that also we'll have to wait and watch as to how the Supreme Court perceives it, and whether or not some kind of a direction is issued in this particular case.
Definitely. Ananya, please stay with us. We have CNN News 18's editor East Kamalika Sen Gupta joining us live on the broadcast as well. Kamalika, we talked to you a while back. You told us that you have been tracking Rekha Sharma, who is already reached West Bengal. She's expected to reach Sandeshkhali in a short while from now. Could you shed some light on when exactly she will be reaching there, and what can be expected from her schedule today?
She's on her way, and we are also following her, and she's expected to reach Sandeshkhali in an hour or so, and then what we are coming to know that she's going to visit and she's going to talk to the woman out there, the victim and the other woman out there who have actually raised their voice. Number one, and number two, what we are coming to know that the SP, she is also going to talk to the SP and state administration have arranged a boat for, a launch for her to reach to Sandeshkhali. As we know that we have to cross Vidyadhari river to reach to Sandeshkhali. But the DM right now is not there. He is out for work, and that she has complained also. She has raised various questions after she arrived in Bengal. In the airport, she has questioned about what has happened with the woman and the role of police and the fact that administration is not supporting her, the fact that why Shah Jahan has not been arrested. So all these things are there. What another development right now is in Sandeshkhali is that the victim who actually complained, and in whose complaint the Shiva Prasad Hajra got arrested and the gang rape section 376D was added, on her residence the security has been beefed out now, because there was a complaint by her that there are some people who are intimidating her, and there were some people in police dress who has been intimidated. So what we are coming to know that more security has been given to her residence. So that is one development what we are having from Sandeshkhali. Right now we'll have to see what NCW chief says and goes there when she talks with them. On the other hand, in Kolkata High Court also there are two cases. One, Shubhendu Adhikari's plea where he wants to go to Sandeshkhali, that is there. Another case that the villagers want CRPF in Sandeshkhali, that case too is there. As we know, because Ananya is tracking in Supreme Court that already the stay has been given on privilege. So in that way, it's a respite for the West Bengal government, government officials who were summoned today for that privilege committee notice.
Definitely, Kamalika, and we also told our viewers that you exclusively spoke to Sheikh Shah Jahan's brother about him being at large, still despite of his age being nabbed already. Could you tell us more about this conversation that you actually had with Sheikh Shah Jahan's brother?
Yes, Sheikh Alamgir is Sheikh Shah Jahan's brother, and he was in no way, in no mood to admit that whatever allegations have come against his brother, that is on the behest of his brother, all these activities used to take place. The allegations that the woman has raised against the close aide of his brother, he is saying that this is all politics, and just because Lok Sabha polls are coming, and that's why the opposition party is trying to frame his brother. Not only that, very significantly, he said that he believes that his brother is somewhere here. The fact that he is trying and is reaching out to court for anticipatory bail, all these things clearly proves that his brother is here, and he believes that Shah Jahan is going to be back soon. Now that is very significant. While he said that he last spoke to his brother on 4th of January, 5th the ED team went to his residence and then the attack took place. He also condemned that the attack was, this type of attack by the villagers was uncalled for, but at the same time he also said that the way ED has been searching various places, and specifically Trinamool leaders' places, there is a rage in common people, and that's why they were very much angry when the ED officials went. But he has said that he has not spoken to his brother, but he's happy that his brother has actually gone to the court for anticipatory bail. But the fact that he believes that Shah Jahan will be back soon. Now, the fact that if somebody says that Shah Jahan will be back soon, that's going to actually create again a fierce psychosis in the people of Sandeshkhali, because whomsoever we have spoken to that island of Sandeshkhali, not this side, what the side through which we are going, we will be going to Dhamakhali, Shorbedia. Those are all strongholds where Akunjipara, where Shah Jahan stays. Here there is a Shah Jahan, there is support for Shah Jahan, but on the other side, the island, Sandeshkhali island, people are really still in fear that if Shah Jahan's men come back, if Shah Jahan come back, then what's going to happen? So really, we are expecting the Prime Minister also to come in the first week of March in Barashat. So this is definitely a big issue before the Lok Sabha polls.
Definitely. Kamalika and Ananya, please stay with us. We'll come right back to you for more updates on this particular news break. But right now, we have some political reactions coming in the same story. Let's take a look at that as well.
বিলকিস মারা গিয়েছিল, কটা টিম গিয়েছিলেন দলিতদের উপর অত্যাচার যান, আর বাংলায় জট পাকানো কোনো মানুষের উপর কোনো অত্যাচার হলে মনে রাখবেন আমাদের সরকার ব্যবস্থা নেয়। একটা ঘটনা ঘটেছে, ঘটনাটা ঘটানো হয়েছে, প্রথমে ইডিকে পাঠিয়েছে, তারপরে তার বন্ধু বিজেপি ঢুকেছে ইডিকে সাথে নিয়ে, আর কিছু মিডিয়া ঢুকেছে। ঢুকে তিলকে তাল করছে, শান্তির পরিবর্তে আগুন লাগাচ্ছে। আমি বলতে চাই তাদের যার যা অভিযোগ আছে আমি অফিসার পাঠাবো, তারা শুনবেন। করেনি, এফআইআর করেনি। আমাদের ব্লক প্রেসিডেন্টও অ্যারেস্ট হয়ে গেছে, এমনকি আরাবুল ভাঙ্গরে ও তো আমাদের কর্মী।
দেখুন, আমি একটা এফআইআর জমা দিয়েছিলাম, আর তার আগে মানে তার এটা অনেক দিনের আগেরই ঘটনা। আর এটা এখন যেটা হয়েছিল আগামী 7/2/24 যে ঘটনা ঘটেছিল 2024, সেটা হচ্ছে আমার বাচ্চা রাস্তায় খেলা করছিল, আমি বাড়িতে কাজ করছিলাম। আমি একটা মিছিলের আওয়াজ শুনে আমি বাচ্চাকে আনতে গেছিলাম, ছোট বাচ্চা 3 বছরের। এবার আনতে গিয়ে ওখানে আমি ওনাদের মানে বসবস্তি শিকার হই। ওনারা আমার হাত ধরে টানাটানি করে এবং উত্তম সর্দার আমাকে হাত ধরে টানাটানি করে এবং আমি ওখান থেকে পালিয়ে আসার চেষ্টা করলে নিচে পড়ে যাই। ওখান থেকে তুলে আমাকে মারধর করে, গাল টালগুলো ফাটিয়ে দেয় এবং আমাকে মেরে ফেলে দেওয়ারও চেষ্টা করে, মার্ডারও করারও চেষ্টা করে। ওখানে আমি চিল্লাতে আমার মা বোনেরাও, গ্রামের প্রতিবেশী মানে গ্রাম প্রতিবেশী মা বোনেরা সবাই ছুটে যায়, গিয়ে সেখান থেকে আমাকে উদ্ধার করে। এবার ওরা ছুটে পালিয়ে যায় ওখান থেকে। তারপরে আমরা গিয়ে 8 তারিখে গিয়ে একটা কমপ্লেন দিই। কমপ্লেনটা থানায় আমাদের মানে নেয় না, জমা নেয় না। দিয়েছিলাম যেটা আমাকে মেরেছে কিংবা এর আগে আমার সাথে খারাপ ব্যবহার হয়েছে সেই বিষয় দিয়েছিলাম।
Kamalika, coming back to you, NCSC has already submitted their report to the President. NCW chief already spoke about submitting her report to the President also. Is this case, the Sandeshkhali war, is not a strong case about President rule being implied to the state of West Bengal?
See, obviously right now, there are two sides of it. Definitely Sandeshkhali is a small island in the entire state. So whether, it's obviously the prerogative of people who are sitting there to decide whether there is going to be a president's rule or not. BJP stand, as we know, as Shamik Bhattacharya is the chief spokesperson of BJP, also now is the Rajya Sabha candidate, told in press conference that they don't think that an elected government should be thrown like that, and they believe that this is they believe from the party wise that they don't believe in this thing, that there should be president's election, president's rule out there. That's what the Shamik Bhattacharya's quote. Shamik Bhattacharya did say this in press conference. So that is the thing. What I think politically, that the BJP will take this issue more on as a Lok Sabha polls, because right now if they go into all these things in president's election and all this analysis, what I am telling you is a political analysis. Is politically, if they go as president's rule, then obviously on the other side this is a victim, this is an opposition state, and because it's an opposition state, then president's rule will be has been imposed. All these questions will come. But right now, as far as law and order is concerned in Sandeshkhali, for last 7 days, there has been no instance of violence. But there is an allegation that there is a history of torture. Now, what and how the state government tackles that is going to be very important. That how the state government tackles that, how the politics goes on with that. But as far as president's rule is concerned, I think the BJP too is not, the BJP too definitely is raising the law and order issue. Definitely, Shamik Bhattacharya also said that this is the demand of the people, 356. But as far as the BJP party is concerned, they are not very interested in this, because they believe that it's not right to topple a government via 356. So this is actually a matter which can be debated at large. But definitely it's going to be a challenge, it's an issue, it's an embarrassment for the West Bengal government and also for TMC.
Definitely. Kamalika, please stay with us. Our legal correspondent